Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh Alahayanu Bahashem Yahashai Bahashem Rakak Badash. I've noticed it as well, and obviously it's a similar feeling that's amongst um, the hopeful elect uh, of the nation of Israel, whoever those men may be, and whoever those women and children will be may be. I'm just focusing on the men, and whatever your position is, you know, as we're approaching the end, things seem like they're getting harder and harder. Like the scriptures say, like gold is tried in the fire, acceptable men in the furnace adversity. You know, and when the Lord brings you to a lower state, you know, you have to be patient. You know, and whatever your situation may be, but then you also gotta um, think to yourself, ever since you woke up, has the Lord put you in a situation where you know where you've got to beg, or you've got to be in a situation of um, a situation like where you're begging with a cup on the street? No, you got to think to yourself, no, Yahweh Shemesha hasn't done that. And you may feel that you're in a really, 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 really bad situation, but compared to how you were before, you're in a way better situation. It's just that you're being spiritually tried. Sometimes, like that song, um, uh, what's that rapper from the South? I forgot his name. The chubby one. Well, he used to be chubby. My mind is playing tricks on me. You could be at work, or sometimes you might think somebody's talking talking against you or whatever, company politics and things like that. But really no one is. But what you got to think to yourself is, regardless of, fuck what people think about you, regardless of what people think about you, is anybody talking down to you? Is anybody calling you out your name? Is somebody so-called swearing at you? No. Just pray to the Lord in your mind, you know, lunchtime, go for a walk, whatever, listen to a lesson of one of our elders of Great Millstone. And shalom and double honors to the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body and the affiliate camps also. Listen to a lesson, and it sort of refreshes you. You're supposed to, you don't have to be all smiley, smiley in front of everyone. You can have a pissed off look, a chip on your shoulder. As long as you're doing what you need to do to get through each day, because each day you get through is another day closer to the kingdom. Okay, because quoting this American football coach, what we call in the UK American football, okay, which would be regular football to you guys in the States and in Canada. Vince Lombardi. Okay, winners never quit, and quitters never win. Because you got to think to yourself, even though we make mistakes all the time, and it's happened by myself and others as well. I'm not, exempt from this, because sometimes you can get emotional and pissed off, and you know, uh, where you've got to work for heathens, and what you work for heathens and stuff like that, a nation, different Edomites and other nations or whatever, and you get pissed off, and sometimes you get to the point where you've done situations in the past where you've quit work or you've resigned or whatever for whatever reason, and then you kick yourself in the backside thinking, why did I do that for? Now you've got another problem added to the problems that you already have, which is you got to find work, and then get selected for an interview, then hopefully hopefully go over those hurdles to get a start date, and especially now when things are getting really, really scarce as well, and and we're coming towards the end where the grinding is going to cease, you know. But there's also a saying um, in North India where I'll try and say it in English. It's it would be I'll try. It's not going to sound as cool as in English, but it's basically a saying where each each morsel of food has a certain man's name written on it. So basically, if you're going to eat, you're going to eat, right? You're not going to go hungry. No matter if there's a million people in the, let's say a million people in a room, and that food, right, is aligned for only say 21 people, right? No matter how many people scramble to get to get that food, right? You are still gonna get yours because it's aligned for you. It's in the spirit for you. The Lord has designed it in a way where He wants you to rely on Him, even though you make mistakes, and you're supposed to learn from those mistakes. No matter what you do, whether you start exercising, where you quit exercising 4 o'clock in the morning, or you don't get up on time to do your prayers or exercise and things like that. Try and get back into the routine, because I'll tell you one thing: no matter how you feel when you think about it, the hardest thing that it is, whatever is hard in your life at the moment, right? When you actually get over that hurdle of that hardship, and when you sit back at home and you contemplate your thoughts, whether you're having a beer or whatever, watching a movie, or better yet, watching a lesson, and you contemplate your thoughts, you think to yourself, you know what? I'm glad I didn't quit. I'm glad I didn't do it, because you feel better about yourself because you're enduring, and that's part of the endurance process as well. You know, because a lot of the elders have and prophets have made videos where, as we're getting closer to the end, it's getting harder and harder and harder. You know, you got a lot of people that are miserable because they don't have the truth, and Edomites and heathens are finished. All right, a lot of people don't have no hope. Their hope is in this world, and this world is failing them. You go into the old shows, and Edomites still being racist as fuck. They're going to old shows and showing, talking about the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and 90s. How things used to be. I want to go back there. I go back there in a heartbeat. I miss the music. I miss the era. People making videos during the so-called bullshit Christmas period. Oh, where's the spirit of Christmas gone? Because the Lord is squeezing the life out of this world. The evil life that Yahweh Shem Yashai is squeezing out of this world. Where the mirth of the land is gone. People are just drinking their pain away. And then they wake up and the pain is even more greater, because then they get overwhelmed because they're dehydrated. They've got the alcohol buzzing them. And then they think, what the hell do I have in this world? Especially uh, Edomites, because this was their world, you know? For the so-called white man who are the biblical Edomites, this is it for you. But for you Jakes out there that have hope in Yahweh Bashem Yashai, right? Don't worry about it. Sometimes, yeah, we do get overwhelmed, because that's the flesh, because Yahweh Shai got overwhelmed. Because the Lord made him a little lower than the angels, so he went through all the pain, all the pains, all the tribulations, all the mental anguish. He even prayed to the Lord 3 times to get me out, asking Yahweh to get him out of the situation that he was in, but he had to stay in it. He had to endure. Just think about that, man. All the ridicule, all the pain, all the mockery, the spitting, the stabbing, sweating blood. And I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg of what His Majesty, uh, uh, His Majesty Malak Hamashiach Yahushua went through. You know, and this is also another test in life, no matter what you're going through. Okay, whatever your situation may be it financial, physical, mental, or a combination of everything, the Lord's going to get you through. You're going to be all right. The hope for the elect are going to get blessings. It's not just going to be you're going to go through hell and hell and hell and hell and hell. You're not going to get a time to even come out of that deep water and to say take a sigh of relief or catch your breath. No, the Lord's going to keep a balance. You're going to get your just desserts. You're going to get your blessings. Yeah, we're going to be all right, Lord willing. We're going to get to that point where you're going to, the elect are going to get blessings. The hopeful elect are going to get blessings along the way. It's like a buffering process where, for example, you've got the old school pinball machines where the pinball, that metal ball is being thrown here and thrown there and thrown here. And then you've got these little, these buffers and these little what do you call them? Levers, that are sort of smacking it around to go for that ball to go to a certain direction. That ball is you. Yahweh Shem Yashai is smacking you around spiritually to put you in a certain direction. And that's a straight gate. And entering that straight gate, you're going to go through you're going to have to jump over a lot of hurdles. Yeah, it's excruciating, mentally excruciating. Yeah, but what puts a smile on our face is knowing that the kingdom is coming, man. Yahweh Hashem Yashai gives you spiritual blessings, or whatever it could be. And don't worry about your situation, whatever you're in, even though everything is shutting down, but the elect are going to be okay. All right? If you're in a situation of looking for, I don't know, a place to stay, the Lord is going to provide you an affordable place to stay while this system is still, even though it's circling the drain, Yahweh Shem Yashai is going to give you a place to stay that's going to be within your budget. And it's going to be a decent place. Or even if it's not a decent place, it's going to be a roof over your head and it's going to be clean and hygienic enough and secure enough for you and your mashpakia, your family. Right? If you're looking for employment or whatever your particular domain is, whether it's physical or corporate, whatever it is, I don't know. Just saying hypothetically, right? Okay, the Lord is going to guide you. Where you're going to send your details out, and you're going to get a phone call or an email or whatever, and you're going to be okay. All right. If you got like some physical pain or mental issues, the Lord's going to give you times where that pain is going to stop for a few hours, so you can take a breather, whether it's neck or shoulders or your back, whether it's your feet. It could be any of those things. Whether it's mental anguish, the demons are messing with you. Well, that's where the password of saying Yahweh Hashem Yashai comes in. Pray. You can pray and it's gone for 30 seconds. The demon comes back. You have to constantly pray. That's why the scriptures say, pray without ceasing. So winners never quit and quitters never win. Okay? And going through all this turmoil and tribulation, all right, because this is nothing yet. This is just the Lord priming you to have faith in Him, to rely on Him, that, okay, everything's going to be okay. And if the Lord is going to get you through Jacob's trouble, which is going to be the worst time ever in history, which is coming, which is around the corner, right? If the Lord is going to get you through that, don't you think the Lord can get you out of these small little situations that you're in? Okay, Hebrews 11 verse 1, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11 verse 6, without faith it's impossible to please Him. Paraphrasing scripture there. You've got to have faith to please the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Okay? As the scriptures say, gold is tried in the fire, acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Adverse means things coming against you. You think gold just comes out of the ground, 24 karat gold, shining, beautiful, glowing, beautiful, gorgeous gold, yellowy color? No. It needs to be heated and go through a rigorous process, various processes of heating and reheating and reheating and reheating and taking out all the filth. And this is what the Lord is doing to you, spiritually, of course, sometimes physically, with the body pains and mental anguish. But you're going to be all right, okay? And this is a word of advice to myself as well, all right? Don't worry, Jake. Everything's going to be okay. The blessings are going to come along the way. It's not just going to be, just, the Lord is not just trying to just break you down and destroy you. The Lord's trying to build you up. The Lord's trying to break you down and build you up. So when Jacob's trouble comes, when that bubble pops, you're going to be ready. Don't get it twisted. It's still going to be scary, but you're not going to be as scared. Because that's just the physical, because this weak flesh that we're in. But spiritually, we're going to be strong. The world is going to be shit scared. The heathen are finished. Forget about them. I'm talking about Jake, especially the Jake that's in the world. They're going to be shit scared because, a lot of these young Generation Zs are into this. Nothing wrong with making YouTube videos and prank videos and making your money. Nothing wrong with that. But, if you're not in the truth or somewhat trying to be in the truth and not watching just the Hebrew Israelites just for entertainment, you think it's just a joke. People like that think everything's a joke are going to be caught off guard. Like a tidal wave is going to hit them so strongly, they're not going to know whether they're coming or going. Because a lot of our people can't even imagine a world without these damn crackers ruling over them. And these devils were in the caves, about 1,000 years ago, you know, grunting and picking lice out of their hair and their genitals and eating it, you know. Look how powerful the Lord is. Made a low-life piece of scum like these crackers, these Edomites, rule over, you know, rule over kings and princes and princesses, you know. And that should let you know if the Lord can do that for a piece of shit like Esau, right? Who's not even the kings of the earth. They're the slaves, right? How much more is the Lord going to do for the apple of his eye, right? The elect, the Israelites. Just think about that. Jeremiah 29 and 11. Just a couple of scriptures. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Okay? The major expected end is obviously, Lord willing, if it be your lot, to be on the chariot, first trip round. Okay? But even if you don't make it, you die on this side. Lord willing, you die in a way where you're not quivering and moaning and crying like a goat. You go quietly like a sheep, not like a coward, if it's the Lord's will. But ideally, what you want is the expected end is to be on the chariot the first trip, okay, and then even prior to the chariots, whatever your expected end is, so you can get there. Like those little small increments of problems that you get along the way, those hurdles you got to jump over. The Lord is not just trying to just throw evil at you and there's nothing but evil, 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 evil. There's no hope of coming out that deep water, just catch your breath. No, the Lord is going to give you your blessings along the way. Okay? All right? Everything that you've been asking for, that's necessary to survive in this world, even sometimes maybe a little extra as well, something that you've been denied for a long time, lawful, of course. Yahweh Shemeshah will bless you. All right? And no matter what your lot is, the fact that you are an Israelite and you call on the name of Yahweh Shemeshah, be blessed that you're an Israelite, man. because we got a lot of greatness coming. You know, no matter what your package is, no matter what you look like. I know it's frustrating. Being that's part of the curse. Deuteronomy 20:54, and because your eye shall be evil towards your brother. Then also, uh, you know, and sometimes going through the curses, the situations with brothers hating each other. Then on top of that, you got a different package on the outside, and people hating on you, thinking that you're something else when you're not. That's another curse as well. Looking like another nation, and don't worry about it. All right, the Lord's given you the blessing. Some of you Jakes have seen the Lord. You know, you know. You've seen those glowing eyes, the woolly afro, the brown skin, the white beard, the white garment, the Lord standing out, holding his hand out with a gold war belt around his waist. I mean, Salaki, I don't want to call it a war belt because the script, the gold belt around his waist, you know? All right. So, getting back to the fact of the matter, the Lord is going to just be thankful you're an Israelite. All right. We've got a lot of greatness coming. This ain't it for us, but for the elect within the elect. Okay. Because a lot of 2/3 call on the name, but they think this is a joke, you know? And, because I was watching, I saw like the Passover of one. They were called One Body in Yahushua in 2021. Now they're not even called One Body in Yahushua anymore. And the leader, the elder guy, he's become a. I think he left. He's trying to save Esau now. He doesn't even call on Yahushua anymore, from what I understand. And now I think he's because Esau's thrown a few trinkets at him. You know, that's Zechariah 13 verse 9. Man, he's a 2/3. That dude wants to become a mayor. Esau probably offered him a six-figure salary. Probably like a house already paid off for, so he could probably put his personal home on rent and get a bigger house which he can live, the government or the council, I don't know how whatever, the state or whatever the city pays for it. It could be something like that, and the company car or whatever. All right, that's a 2/3, and there's a lot of 2/3 out there. All right, but for you elect of the elect, all right, sometimes you think that you're gonna sink. Why is the Lord doing this to me? You know, because really all you want is a little bit of peace while you got it for the short duration you have it, and just focus on the spiritual things and not have another problem added onto the list where your focus goes off the scriptures. You know, where you got to think about finances, where you got to think about your body, where you're always in pain, and where you got to think about this, down the third. Nah, don't worry about it. All right, okay, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be fine. And then when you get what you've been praying for, when it comes to you, you're gonna think to yourself, when you're contemplating your thoughts, okay, that's why Yahweh Shemashai did that to me. That's why that happened. This is now where I'm at. I'm in a better position. I'm in a better place. And now, while I was in that situation, I've been focusing. I've learned this, that, and the third. I've learned, these scriptures, and I've learned, I've been watching these lessons, and I've been taking these notes, you know. And then you can say, all right, this is why I'm here now. And you're in a better place. Just think about it. Each time you get into a situation, don't you come out better? Just think about it. All right. And this is how it's going to be until the expected end is, which is the major expected end, is to be on the chariot. And the chariots are showing up during the day and night. Jeremiah 29:11 again. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. All right. This scripture was the verse of the day. I believe it was yesterday as well. So that's why it came to mind as well, Matthew 7:13 and 14. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. There was a Jay-Z rap song from the 90s. I forgot what the song was called. Because as we get closer to the end, sometimes your memory is not as sharp as well. Right? Because I remember about 20 years ago, my mind was sharp. And I could remember pretty much every minute thing, you know? And there's a song with Jay-Z saying that he left the straight gate and went to for the wide. No, no, he left the narrow gate and went for no, he went for he left the narrow gate and went for the wide gate, something like that. He used that term in a rap song, basically. So Jay-Z said that, you know, he didn't want to take the hard route, okay, towards spiritual salvation. He wanted his, he wanted instant gratification now. He wanted it now, 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 which he got. But these Jakes are gonna perish, man. You think these Jay Z's is Denzel Washington's? Denzel Washington is a superb actor, right? Our people, are amazing when it comes to the skill, and the salt that Yahweh Shemeshah has given them. But a lot of them are wicked, man. All right, a lot of them are moles. A lot of them do some really, really, really foul shit, man. You know, you would only think, damn, that's the, if you think that Jake could look, you might think that Jake with brown skin, think that you might think that, oh, that brown skin guy, even though he looks like a Jake on the outside, he's got to be Edomite. But the scriptures say our people are more wicked than the wicked. It's getting to that point. You know, so let's get back to the point of the fact of the matter. Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Okay, that's selling out, doing evil just to get your instant gratification. You know, um, having faith in this world and not having faith in Yahweh Shem Yashai. And a lot of people do go into uh, the broad gate or the wide gate, and many there be which go in thereat. So a lot of people take that route. Okay, that quick gratification, that microwave food, instead of waiting for that real meal, which is cooking in the oven slowly but surely, where everything is simmering away and all the juices of the lamb are, coming out of the lamb, and you know, and you've got veg as well in the tray as well with the lamb cooking, and that's all sort of like coming together, amalgamating, and all the juices are sort of going in the potatoes and in the lamb, and the seasonings coming together with the lamb cooking away. You could, just saying, using that as an analogy. But these guys who take the broad gate, want that instant microwave food because they want that, they're like Esau. They can't wait. The way Esau sold his birthright, these dumb fools have been chosen for destruction, you know, because they want that instant gratification, you know. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So a lot of our people are going to perish on this side. The elect, man, the men, women, and children, okay, is a small amount compared to the Israelites that are in the world, because we are the largest nation on the planet Earth. All right, every nation that we're scattered to, we are the majority within that nation. Okay, we are huge. All right, pursuant to Hosea 1:10, we're like the sands of the sea. You can't count us. All right, you cannot count us. And a lot of Jakes are going to perish, and definitely a lot of heathens. All right. But then the blessing on the side to come is all those Jakes that are going to perish on this side, that have taken the broad gate that leads to destruction, are going to come back through the loins of the elect men, the 144,000 men. All right. All right. Verse 14. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And that's the elect. All right. And the women that are joined unto to those elect, those very few ladies that do watch our elders of Great Millstone and the prophets that are joined unto that body and affiliate camps. Okay, so there are some ladies, there are even some young lads as well, more than likely, that are watching, 12, 13 years old, that are probably watching these videos, you know, uh, while their grandma's cooking pork downstairs in the oven. They think, oh, grandma, I don't eat that. You know, they're going to say, what the hell's wrong with you? Food is food, eat it. You got a lot of jakes that are bucking up, and that's happening, because a lot of these jakes are chosen as well, where they're going to make it. Young children that are maybe 12, 13 years old are going to make it, and all their family's going to perish. As horrible as it sounds, but that's going to happen too, you know? Because a straight gate, there's been many images painted as well by the prophets, man, because I would use the brother Manatazak Benyamian of San Fran camp. Uh, Superb artist, man. Makes excellent videos. That's a beautiful talent the brother has, man. He's made a picture. I think it's him. Please forgive me if it's not him. But I assume it's him because he does a lot of the artwork. But even though there's many artists amongst the body of Great Millstone, all right, where there's fire on one side and water on the other, and then the gate is real narrow. Only a person can go in there one by one, one by one. You can't just like go in as a crew. Oh yeah, let's all go in, 30 of us at the same time, and you're all like walking together side by side, big and bad. You can't go like that. No, you got to go in humbly, one by one behind the other, like it's a tightrope. That's the straight gate, and one side is fire, and the other side is water. All right. So, verse 14 again, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. All right, just a couple more scriptures, you know. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Hashem shall prepare thy soul for temptation. And, as we're approaching the end as well, you're going to get a lot of temptations as well. You could be like trying to make a video or trying to watch a video or trying to listen to something. And there's, it could be something silly as, a new Mike Epps stand up, or maybe somebody's like got all the Mike Epps best bits of all his stand ups over the years and they compiled it into a video. He said, let me click on that. There's nothing wrong with watching that, of course, right? But then focus on the spiritual work first, or watch the lesson first, and then watch that. You know, uh, you know. uh, but mainly, you should be focusing more on the spiritual stuff than watching worldly things all the time. You don't have to be over righteous, but you should be giving it a fair amount of time towards spiritual things rather than carnal things. Because the spiritual ones always heal you more, right? So it can be something as simple as that, or you see a stupid prank video, think, oh, let me just watch that first. When you were trying to do something, you got to analyze these things. That's just a demon jumping in the way. Temptation to steer you away because Satan is trying to sift you out. All right, these are just small examples. All right, so you have to try and avoid that. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with watching prank videos or watching I don't know, stand-up comedy, or watching movies. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, but you got to have your structure for the day. Like when you're at school. Okay, this is what time. This is what I'm gonna. This is what time I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna shower up. Blah blah. Then I'm gonna pray again. Then, oh no, I'm gonna get up, pray. I'm gonna work out. Then I'm gonna shower up. Then I'm gonna do what I gotta do during the day. Maybe if you're going to work that day, do your work. You know, make a lesson. However you got to do it. I'm just saying, structure your day like a timetable. This is what you're gonna do throughout the day. So you got your routine, and then once your day is done, or when you got a little bit of downtime, then you can do the things that are so-called fun to you. And I'm just giving you sort of like a little example. It could be that, or it just could be, for example, yeah, I've also noticed as well on Twitter, these weird women. I don't know whether it's real. It's probably AI, I think. These women that like I don't know, wear scantily clad clothes and bikinis and shit, and then you look on this, they send you an invite and they give you a heart for a Twitter post or whatever. Then you click on their thing and they got like 2 followers and it's some bitch with showing her cleavage. A lot of jakes gravitate towards that because that's temptation for themselves. Because a lot of jakes out there, some that don't have women, some are burning, some are lonely, whatever the situation may be, which is a fucked up situation. But you know but you're supposed to avoid that because that's taking away from the spiritual work, you know, because this is even Twitter's trying to mess with you. You know what I usually do is when I get these invites from these I don't know what they are, man, AI bots or real women or whatever, I just block them. I block them because it's not just happening to me; it's happening to every Jake out there. Whether you got a woman or not, it doesn't matter because even you could have 100 women, Jake's always going to gravitate towards the ladies, right? Because you know, who do you think Casanova was in Italy? They make movies about Casanova, the greatest lover, whatever. That Italian Jake, that was an Israelite. That wasn't no cracker. All right. There's no way Esau is the greatest lover. All right. Okay. You could have 50 women. You could have 20 women or whatever. All right, let's just talk about in this world. You could have, say, 10 women on the go, every nation. All right, you see a booty shaking video of, pop up in your feed or whatever, or some invite sent from some bird with, with huge titties. A man is obviously, because we're men and we like women, is going to jump on that page, see what time it is, But really, especially if you're in the know, as I say, if you know, you know, all right? If you're in the know, man, that's just, especially if you're trying to do something spiritual, like watch lessons or, read scriptures or whatever, man, avoid that. All right, avoid that. Okay, avoid that if you can. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Phone had to chime in on that one, as Elder Apostle Gabar would say. Think. All right, Matthew 24 and 13. All right, last scripture. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this is about endurance. All right, physical endurance and spiritual endurance, but mainly spiritual endurance. Okay, and the best way to endure is, all right, is pray, meditate on the scriptures, and pray to the Lord, man. The Lord is always going to show you a way. The Lord's not going to leave you hanging. You call on the Lord and you call on using the right name, which is Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Okay, the Lord is going to hear you, man. All right, you're going to be all right, no matter what you're going through. The Lord's not going to leave you hanging. And this right now is a priming period. All right, like a man would do a warm-up set before he benches or whatever weight he wants to bench. He'll do a warm-up set. Or you might be doing calisthenics, doing push-ups, where he's just using his body weight to warm up, and then he puts on a rucksack or something, and he puts like maybe 50, 60 pounds in it, and then he starts doing push-ups with that, for example, you know? Or he's sparring, and he's sparring, hitting the punch bag, and then afterwards he puts some wrist weights on, so he can move his fists faster. The Lord is priming you, okay? So when the greater test comes, which is Jacob's trouble, right, you will be mentally ready. All right. So we have to endure all these great hurdles to come. And it's only a few more prophecies to go. Right. Okay. You just got to be patient right now. Okay. And just keep going. And just remember one more thing as well. Each day you get through is another day closer to the kingdom. And a lot of our prophets say that. Okay. So I repeat that to myself every day as well. All right. Another day, each day you get through in the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem Yeshua is another day closer to the kingdom. All right. And we're not far off now, man. All right. You've got this far. Okay. The Lord will get you, it will get you through the last 100 meters or so. Just using that as a sort of analogy. The Lord will get you through the last 100 meters or so. And during that 100 meters, it could be, it'll be Jacob's trouble and the Charagma, which is the mark of the beast, Revelation 13:16, World War III, all these things. But as we get closer to the end, the Lord's going to increase the miracles as well, especially when the financial system crashes. And it's like the Book of Eli out there, The Road, the movie The Road. Also, try and watch these movies as well. If you can find them on Prime, on Netflix or whatever, because even though there's a whole lot of shit on there, try and find some of the movies that will sort of build you up and get your mindset ready. And also some decent spiritual power ones, even though a lot of them got faggot shit in it these days. Which I find it hard to watch. It's disgusting. It throws you off. You could be eating and drinking. There's some mo shit in it. But anyway, all right, watch, whatever you can to sort of amplify your positive thoughts as well. But most importantly is pray. 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 Okay? And pray for endurance as well. Ask Yahweh Hashem Mashai to give you endurance. I've been adding that to my prayers as well. You know. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. And whoever's listening, don't worry about it. You're going to get your blessings along the way, and whatever you've been praying for is going to come to pass. Adwan, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai won't let you down. The Lord never does. The Lord just wants us to rely on Him. Okay? I know it's hard, but once you overcome that hardship, I know it's hard, but once you get your just desserts, it's going to be even sweeter. Okay? And that's only going to make you rely on Yahweh Hashem Yeshua even more. So don't worry about it, okay? Matthew 24 and 13 again. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Alahai Noah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwadash, Moath, Abad, Babal, Kwam Yashua, Shalom.